actually, you mentioned something earlier that if we can just jump right into, I think it's a really good starting point. You talked about
no rules.
You talked about the conversation around toxic masculinity.
Yes, that's a hot button phrase right now.
It is, and that sort of prompted a lot of the writing that I've done that did go viral or whatever. And for me, I don't believe in it. I don't believe that masculinity is toxic. I believe that the absence of masculinity is what's toxic, right? Like masculinity in itself is strong and hot and awesome. And I also believe that there's just as much of an issue with toxic femininity, and that's what we don't talk about.
Of course not.
Right?
Of course not.
And
men are terrified to say that phrase.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's not comfortable for women either. And when I started writing about it,
they don't want to admit that.
I got a lot of hate. Yeah.
I know.
I got a lot of hate, but I stand by it. Because you asked the first question is what the fuck is wrong with us? And that's what I think is wrong with us is we have blurred the lines. And, one of the things I said was lead yourself so you can lead me. I want a man who can lead, and I have one. And, I set women back 100 years and
I read that.
Be a cold day in hell before I let a man lead me. And she said to me something like, your sweet femininity is just so you can get attention. And I thought, that's part of the problem. There's this notion for so many women that you have to be angry and you have to be enraged about something. And I just don't believe that. I don't believe that anger has to precede passion. And I believe you can take empowered action from a good place. I had another woman reach out and say, have you ever heard of the goddess Kali? You have none of her energy. You need to be angry. Like the women were pissed that I'm not pissed. And it's not that I don't see issues. The patriarchy comes up a lot. Don't you hate the patriarchy, right? And it's not that I don't take issue with things, but I don't believe that blaming men empowers women. Now, listen, I'm going to say this because I don't want to, have an inbox full of hate. I get why women are protective of themselves because there is a lot of bullshit
absolutely
coming at us. I mean, I wouldn't even repeat some of the messages that I get from men. I'm air quoting that.
I slide into your DMs, right? Isn't that the phrase?
Right. So of course there are assholes out there saying things they shouldn't say, crossing lines, being disrespectful. But there are just as many women doing it wrong too. And I think that's the conversation that I wanted to open up is there's good and bad on both sides. And at the end of the day, I'm going to say most, I won't say all, most people want the same thing.
Absolutely.
Love, right? Most people want love and respect and friendship. And
I have run into a little bit of a interesting circumstance when I have reached out to people in my social media sphere, such as yourself, that I have not personally met, but I've seen your work and I've seen others' work, and I see how they maneuver and they do interesting things or they think in an interesting way. I have to be careful how I reach out to them, just communicating for the purpose of doing a show together can be taken the wrong way. And I don't know really how to fix that. There's no way to really fix that. It's almost like a numbers game. There's 100 you want to approach to do this. Yeah. Hopefully 70 understand the intent it was given, but it's slippery out there.
It is. And I think the work on that end isn't with you. I think it's with women. I think we have to, it's hard. You can't let down the wall altogether, but it should be a fluid wall. I think it should be fluid. You know what I mean? Like those people that aren't responding to you are losing something. Well, let me ask you this as a man, like for sure the men like you who are respectful and doing the work are now more cognizant and more careful. But where's the line? Where have you lost?
We don't know where the line's at.
We don't know where the line's at. So, do you think you've lost something in your communication with women because you are being so careful?
I take less chances unless I really have the relationship, the friendship there to know that, anticipate how things are going to land. And that in some ways, in a small amount of ways, it's probably a good thing. But in most instances, the guardedness robs a lot of joy.
Yeah.
And I don't know that that's healthy for not just me, but for everybody that's doing the same damn thing.
Exactly.
You know?
I was married for 15 years and then divorced, in a relationship for 4, and then suddenly single again. And all the while doing the work. You know? I think I've tried every modality of therapy under the sun, and I'm not afraid to talk about it. Like, because I mean, I think it's important. You know?
Absolutely.
So one of the things that I talk about is the importance of all of us doing our inner work, right? And it's taken the conversation from toxic masculinity, toxic positivity, toxic spirituality has been.
Oh, wait, we're gonna go there.
Yeah,
What is
yeah.
that?
Well, you know,
Toxic spirituality.
I wrote a post about how we all need to do the work. Well, then I got.
Of course.
Get my messages. Get my haters, Eric.
You'll learn to love them.
Get my haters. Who said, shame on you.
Of course.
You should love everyone exactly as they are. How dare you need somebody to, it's narcissistic of you to want somebody to change before you will be with them. And I thought, what bullshit.
Wait, what? What was that?
Oh, yeah,
Can you repeat that again?
I was told it was narcissistic of me to want a man to do the work. Because I should just accept and love everyone exactly as they are.
Yeah. Good fucking luck.
Right? I'm like,
good luck.
Right. Like, what? I would never teach that to my children.
Right.
But here's the thing. Accept everyone for who they are. Send them love from behind a boundary. But no, you don't have to invite everyone into your life as they are and keep them there and hold them there and deal with their shit. No.
It's a hideous way to live.
It is. But I see so much of it. There's that whole love and light thing that gets misconstrued too. The problem of the more people are saying something, the more it is adopted as truth. Whether we take the time to actually investigate it to see if it's aligned with our own values.
Okay.
If enough people are saying it, it must be true.
Okay. And would you not also agree that the people that adopt that and take it to heart, and whether they should or they shouldn't, that's their business, but they also form their own echo chambers. They want to be associated with quote unquote like-minded people, so they never hear your opinion until they're confronted with it on a social media post that is going viral. So a lot of people are kind of, it's reaching and landing well with a lot of people, and all of a sudden they're confronted with an opposing view. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And they don't know how to react to it because they're living in an echo chamber of like-minded, fucked up thoughts, right?
Yeah. Well, and they react to it by, it's just, you're wrong. Everything you said is wrong. Right?
Yeah. That's just...
You're wrong. How dare you? Shame on you. Like,
I'm okay with the wrong part, but that how dare you thing, that's the one that gets me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When I made the mistake of referring to women as girls in one of my posts. Oh, my God. Did you know that it's a terrible thing to be a girl? Like, I was... As the mother of a daughter, I was so appalled by that. Like, what kind of message am I sending my daughter if being a girl is horribly offensive?
Right.
I don't care if I'm, if a female. If you look up girl, it says in the dictionary, female.
Well, that's all under debate now, right? That's a whole nother show. Yeah. 100%. I'm right there with you.
There's now a fear of being accepting of things just as much as there's a fear of being offended. But really, it's maddening. I mean, it's enough to drive you insane.
So protesting has become the norm, and if you're not doing a protesting for something, then that's not normal. Whereas protesting used to be not part of the mainstream. It's reversed now. You have to have a cause that uproots your life, and you have to bleed for it every fucking day.
You got to be pissed off. Like, shame on you if you're not pissed off. And that's the message that I kept repeatedly getting is, why aren't you pissed off? Women are pissed off. And I don't believe that, Eric. Like, I don't believe that you have to be enraged to take empowered action. I don't believe you have to be angry to be passionate. I believe you can take a stand for a win-win Whereas we are so programmed now to take a side. Been so tempted to say, you know, where has that gotten you? The woman who said, I needed more rage, I want to be like, where has that gotten you? How has your rage?
That? They actually said that?
They actually said, you have no rage. You have no Kali energy. You have no rage. Where's your rage?
No rage.
I don't really feel the need to be enraged about it. You know what I mean? Like, I get upset when I see injustices happening, when I
certainly.
see marginalized people suffering. But on a day-to-day basis, I don't need to blame men for it.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
So that, yeah, I don't know. But I was tempted to write to her, where has your rage gotten you? Like, you know, list your blessings and tell me how many of them came to you through the rage. Mm-hmm. I'd be very shocked if rage and anger yielded magic and beauty and sacred love. It's just not how I roll.